Hill, TDS, what's up? Yeah, come on. I.O.W, Sports Network, Late Night Edition. Let's go. Come on.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar. Hey. L Boogie with the hot flame, ashtray full of top names, little tree for your membrane. This the 9-hour time frame. I just snatched up a 6-pack, got my hands on a lid pack, whipping up a little batch of snacks. Yeah, man, I think I'm all set. Late night, can't sleep. Go ahead and just tap in. Better grab you a cold one, and we about to get some laughs in. Wild card on the microphone, he'll hit you with a couple flurries. Y'all need to just strap in for some entertainment sports commentary. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar. We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody grab a seat, cause you know we about to spark. Late night sports talk. Modelo Le Cigar. Man, you don't wanna start. Wild card mar. Hey. Wild card mar. Wild card mar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mar. Wild card mar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mar. Wild card mar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Wild card mar. Wild card mar. I.O.W. Late night sports. Hey.
Give me a second, let me light up real quick. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, welcome to the I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition, hosted by Mr. Modelo himself. You already know the name by now. You know what I'm saying? Wild Card Mar. You already know the vibe. Pull up, let's go.
We about to raise the bar. Wild card mar. Everybody.
What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing? It's your boy Wildcard Mar. Here, episode 240. I.O.W. Sports Late Night Hour Edition. As always, that's my player partner, Pimp. Water from another mother 40 water, aka Silent Hill TDS. You know the drill. Let's show the boy some love because he dropped the hottest intro in the podcast game for the show. So go show him some love on YouTube. Type in Hitchhikers. You see it scrolling on the bottom of your screen. Go show player partner Pimp some love. Hey man, I'm so happy to be here. As you can see, I'm not in my normal studio, but the show must go on. I am currently in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Had to get away from North Carolina for a minute, hanging with the fam. We having a good old time here in Pigeon Forge. And, I brought my equipment with me, just in case I felt the need to podcast. Podcast is like a drug. Sometimes you feel it and you just like, hey man, I got it. I gotta get in there. What's up, MJ? Shout out to Matt. He's been feeling under the weather, but my man, he jumped in the DMs and was like, yo, Mar, you doing the show? And I was like, yeah. Just for you, MJ, I'll do a show. But I was feeling real frisky. I'm feeling like, man, we need to podcast. I ain't podcast. I had to itch because we didn't do a show yesterday, so we apologize for that. I was like, hey, we gonna do a show tonight, on location in Pigeon Forge show. And hell, I might do some shows tomorrow and Thursday. Don't know. You never know. I'm on vacation. I am in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. It's just for this week. So don't get used to this, backdrop location. You know, sometimes like I said, it's the itch of podcasting. It's like a drug. You like, ooh, I can't kick it. So I brought my equipment with me out to Pigeon Forge. I'm on vacation anyway, so I do what the hell I want. That's what we doing. That's what we doing. But no, as always, y'all know the drill. Everybody, y'all can hear me all right. I know I'm not in my normal studio. I just wanted to make sure y'all can hear me all right. But y'all know the drill. Go on over to I.O.W Sports Network. That is the address for Facebook, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Our YouTube page, I.O.W Sports Network. Go ahead, give us a like, share, follow, subscribe, and hit that bell notification. Let you know every time we drop new content, drop a new show. You know the deal. Go on over there, do that. All right, thank you, man. I'm glad everybody can hear me. All right, but y'all know the drill. Go on over there. Follow us on I.O.W Sports 1 on Twitter. And most importantly, going over to Facebook, I.O.W Sports Network. Join the conversation. That Facebook page is for you guys, the viewers, the listeners. Gives you a chance, drop you a hot take, see who agrees, who disagrees. Hell, drop you a funny sports meme. Get the page laughing. And that's what all that's for. Get you some merch. The link is posted at the top of the Facebook page. You see my beautiful, handsome, chocolate face rocking some J. Edwin Collection. And if you don't know J. Edwin Collection, the t-shirt company by our player, pimp, brother for another mother, Detroit Mel, who just had a birthday. Happy belated birthday to the big homie. That is his clothing line, so provides all the merch. What's up, Tim? How you doing, brother? Tim, how you doing? Brother? Good to see you. We got our regulars in the building. We got Tim, we got Ant, we got MJ in the building. So, it's always a pleasure when those three fellas jump in the conversation and come chop it up with your boy. That always makes me feel, hey, I don't think y'all understand how grateful we are that we got faithful followers and listeners like Tim, MJ, and that, man. And it makes us do what we do. It makes us feel great, man, for real. So we appreciate the love. So be like Tim, be like Ant, be like MJ. Go copy some merch, get you some, join in the festivities. We got the fellas in the football pick'em contest with us. I didn't have too many good weeks the last 2 weeks. I had 2 horrible weeks the last few weeks. Well, we'll talk about that some other day. MJ, for some reason, has been at the top of the leaderboard, and he's got a little bit of a stranglehold on the leader position. We need to change that. So I'm gonna find a way to fix that. Anyway. Now that we got all the semantics out of the way and the plug-in, and y'all know the deal, follow us on all our social media platforms. All rise. All rise. All rise. Yes, he finally took care of business. He took care of business, y'all. All rise. Everybody stand up. All rise. The judge is the man. So everybody stand up and all rise. Because he did it. The all-time home run king in American League history in one season. All right? Everybody rise. Everybody stand up on your feet. Stand up a round of applause and give it up for the man, Aaron Judge. He is doing something that no other man in American League history has done. 62 home runs. 62. And I know we've been talking about Aaron Judge a lot lately here on I.O.W Sports Network, but it's justified. It's justified. Not only is this man breaking records, but there's not a such thing as juicing, PEDs, human growth hormones, cheating. None of those words or adjectives are attached to that man's name. Not one. As much respect and love I got for Barry Bonds, he has a lot of stuff that's attached with negativity with his name. I won't take nothing away from Barry Bonds because I respect the hell out of him. You got to have talent to hit that baseball. You got to have talent. Human growth hormones ain't going to heighten your eye-hand coordination. Steroids ain't going to do that. Juicing ain't going to do that. None of that is going to enhance your eye-hand coordination. In order to hit home runs, you must have good eye-hand coordination to catch with your eyes a 95, 98 mile per hour. Nowadays, 100, 101, 102 mile per hour fastball. Yes, nowadays these pitchers are hitting 100 with ease. And you got to have good eye-hand coordination, not only for your eyes to catch that, but to speed up your hands to hit that. Now, the human growth hormones and the steroids may physically have your body to, instead of a 415-foot home run to, damn near 500-foot home run, it may assist in that. But you got to give it up. You got to give it up to these cats that are hitting that amount of home runs in the season. I mean, this is an historic achievement. Name another hitter in the American League that has done what Aaron Judge. You can't. If his name ain't Roger Maris, it's Aaron Judge. 2 names. That's it. Matter of fact, just take a look at what happened.
High fly ball, deep left. There it goes, soaring into history. He's done it. Aaron Judge is the American League single-season home run leader. The AL King takes the
All rise. All fucking rise. Now, if you're not a fan of baseball, well, I understand, because baseball does a lot of damage and shit to themselves, but you got to respect the achievement. You got to give props to the achievement of what was just done tonight. I was worried for a little bit for Aaron Judge because, pitchers weren't pitching to him. They weren't pitching to him. They weren't. Because you don't want to be that guy that when this trivia question comes up of, can you name the pitcher that gave up the 62 home run to Aaron Judge? You don't want to be that guy. So I don't blame pitchers. Oh yeah, we said it at the same time, man. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that guy. You don't. Because you're on the wrong end of history. Because your profession is to get the batters out, strike them out, make them ground out, make them fly out. But you don't want to be the pitcher that gave up number 62. You don't want to be in a trivia question. So I was worried for Judge for a second. Like, hey, man, is this guy going to be able to get this record before the season ends? Because this is pretty much the last week of regular season baseball. And so I didn't know if Aaron Judge was going to get the record because, like I said, you don't want to become on the bad end of history, be trivia question. There's going to be a trivia question probably next Friday, next week. The Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that. They say, well, who's going to be the pitcher that gave up Aaron Judge's number 62? And I bet you all of the tri-state area can name that pitcher right now. I can't. But I know the tri-state area will. But in this day and age, like I said, when they talk about baseball, what's the first thing they bring up? They bring up human growth hormones, steroids, all that. And so it puts a damper on people's accolades. And this is what you got to love about Aaron Judge. None of that stuff's attached to his name, man. This guy is just a baller. A baller, bona fide baller, shot caller, 20-inch blades on the Impala. See, Matt knows who he is. Jesus Tinoco. Jesus Tinoco. Yep, he'll be on the trivia question next week at Buffalo Wild Wings. So memorize that name, because you better be ready to win some points at your trivia question. Because that's what happens when you end up on the other end of some history. You know, Aaron Judge is going to get all the praise and the hooting and hollering for breaking the record, but Jesus Tinoco, he's going to be on the other end of that spectrum. But the other pitchers are looking at him like, you a jackass that gave up 62? I'd have never done it. I mean, I'll be quite honest. If I was a major league pitcher right now and I was going against Aaron Judge, he's chasing history, I ain't giving him nothing to hit. I ain't giving him a damn thing to hit. So, you know, you can't hate on what Aaron Judge did tonight. And if you do, you just a hater. Point blank, period. Man, R.I.P. to Mama Jaco. R.I.P. to Mama MJ. So, you know, shout out to her. Rest in heaven, Mama. You know, I wish you was here so that you could watch the show with your baby boy. You would get a kick out of us. But man, much respect. Much respect to Aaron Judge, man. It's not every day that you get just pure ballers breaking history in Major League. Hell, you even look at Albert Pujols. These are two of the greatest stories this year. Albert Pujols and Aaron Judge. Just two guys that have been doing it right. As far as I can remember, I haven't heard any allegations attached to Albert Pujols' name, and I haven't heard any allegations connected to Aaron Judge's name. Yeah, you right, Matt. Albert Pujols keeps smashing. He wasn't satisfied with just number 700. I think he's at 703 right now, if I'm correct. He keeps smashing home runs. So you gotta love these stories, and it will take me back to this point. And also, but before we add on to that, you look at the Yankees. They're going to be in the playoffs, so that shows you the value of Aaron Judge. And the story is going to continue with his historic season. Hell, Albert Pujols is in the Cardinals. They're going to be in the playoffs. So this story in what he's doing is just going to continue. So, you know, for as much stuff that doesn't go right with Major League Baseball, there are two stories that just have been captivating this year. It's Albert Pujols and Aaron Judge. You're talking about two sluggers that have literally, I haven't heard a peep of allegations of steroids, juicing, or human growth hormones, and they just balling this year. Just balling. It's been fun. It's been fun to witness, fun to watch. It gives us, you know, sports lovers something to talk about. I mean, you know, I'm not 42 yet, but hell, when I'm 42, I wish I could be hitting 700 plus home runs. You know, over a 20 plus year career. I wish I could do that. You know? Yeah, Anthony, I'm right there with you, bro. Hey, I said it once, I'm going to say it again. The more that Aaron Judge continues to add on to this home run race, the further the Yankees go in the postseason, the more commas and zeros you're going to have to add to the contract. Point blank, period. You're just going to have to. Especially for the Yankees if they want to keep him. If they plan on keeping Aaron Judge, you better back up the Brinks truck. And Hal Steinbrenner, don't even, sit here and haggle. Don't try to, well, we think you're valued at this. No. Because not only is this man on a historic home run chase or historic home run pace, I should say, for American League Baseball, he's going to win MVP. He's going to win MVP. And you know what? I might as well say it now, because there's going to be some writers that's going to give some votes to Shohei Ohtani. They're going to. And guess what? Foolish. I'm not saying it's foolish to give Ohtani votes because he is having a great year. The man almost threw a no-no the other night. And let's not forget, he's a good hitter. But I think it's foolish is because he's almost, I don't want to say a gimmick player, but he has the advantage of doing something that most players, they just aren't trying to do nowadays. Players aren't trying to play hitter and pitcher like that. Just because Ohtani is doing something that hasn't been done since the early 1900s, since Babe Ruth, I get it. It's cute. But it gives me a real gimmicky feel. But here's the deal. And we talked about this. Here's what happens with Ohtani. You pretty much put more than one egg in the basket with Ohtani. And it's already happened. Ohtani gets hurt. It's already happened. So what happens when Ohtani can't pitch, can't hit? Now you got two fires you got to put out as a manager, as a general manager, as an owner of a baseball team. I just lost a pitcher in my pitching rotation, and I just lost one of my better bats in my lineup. But that doesn't make him valuable. You know why it doesn't make it valuable? It's because, hell, look at what team he's on. Look at what team he's on. So let me ask you this, y'all. So you take a pile of shit and you put a ribbon on it and make it look cute. Does it not make it still a pile of shit? It's still a pile of shit, right? So you got this great player on a shitty team. How does it make him a most valuable player if the team is shit with him in the lineup and the team shit without him in the lineup? Shit is still shit. I don't care how great you make it look. Shit is still shit. It's still a pile of shit. And so I get the fact that Ohtani is doing something that hasn't been done since the 1900s. But what's the value in it? How does it hold value? It doesn't. It just means that you just got a great player and you can just, enjoy the fact that he's doing something historic, which is cool, which is fine. And so, look, and I'm not hating on what Ohtani's doing. I just want substance. Give me the substance. I like substance that comes with most valuable player. You know that MVP that A-Rod won with the Rangers? Guess what? That Rangers team didn't even come close to making it to the playoffs. I hated it then. I hate it now. Stop giving MVP awards to people who are playing on shit-ass teams and won't even sniff the playoffs. So here's what I need. Major League Baseball, NBA, NFL, this is what I need all the major sports teams to do. I still need you to keep MVP. Keep it. Most valuable player, but stick to the definition of valuable. And create a separate category as an MOS, most outstanding player, or must watch player. I don't care what you name it. Give it to a player that gives you the headlines, gives you the talking points in your sports shows. You know, a player that you're going to spend money, buy tickets to go see. You know, I'll spend money to go see Otani because I know I'm going to get a show. But just because you give me a show, just because you give me an entertaining experience, does not make you the most valuable player. Because without a shadow of a doubt, Aaron Judge is the most valuable player in the American League. Hell, you can even go further than that. He's the most valuable player in Major League Baseball right now. You don't believe me? Look at what the Yankees have been through. Hot start. Bats was so hot. Baseball's flying out the stadium. The pitching was dominant. Oh, but what happened around July, late July, whole month of August? Injuries. Those bats started cooling off. Pitchers weren't so dominant. But you know what stayed consistent? You know what stayed consistent from opening day to probably the end of this regular season? You know what stayed consistent? Aaron fucking Judge is what stayed consistent. So that's value. That's value in a man that says, hey, when shit has hit the fan for the rest of my team and everybody thinks like the damn sky is falling. You know what stayed consistent? Aaron Judge. Aaron fucking Judge stayed consistent. So you take now number 62 home run. You take the fact that he's been consistent, and you take the fact that he will win MVP. I got to take the glass off of it. He will win MVP. And you hope, especially as Yankee fans, you hope that the Yankees go deep into the playoffs. Hal Steinbrenner, you gonna have to back up the motherfucking Brinks truck. There's no doubt about it. Because the California kid, you don't think the Dodgers ain't thinking about how the hell can we afford? You don't think the Giants ain't sitting there planning, how can we afford them? I bet you every GM in California is already thinking right now, how the hell can we make money moves to get this man in our locker room? And so you can come up with a number figure, you can come up with the years, but at the end of the day, you will have to come. And that's another good point. No, he won't get Triple Crown. But just the fact that he was flirting with it for majority of the year, added on to his number 62 now, added on that he won MVP, added on that he was the most consistent player on the Yankees roster, added on that he was the most consistent player in the American League, the numbers keep going up. Yesterday's price ain't today's price. And that's just the fact of the matter is. But luckily, you're talking about a franchise that ain't never been scared to spend no money. They ain't never been scared to spend no money. The only question is right now is how much? It's not a matter of if or when. It's how much. How much are the Yankees willing to cough up to keep Aaron Judge? And you know what my answer is to that? Whatever the fuck Aaron Judge feels like he wants to stay. If he feels like he wants 50 fucking million a year, you know what? For a man that just did what he did this season and what he's meant to your franchise, and he ain't even hit the peak of his career. He ain't even hit the climax of his prime. Aaron Judge is what, Matt? What, 28, 29? Help me out. But you're talking about late 20s, early 30s? Baseball players are playing into the 40s. Look at Albert Pujols. He's 42. You must keep him in pinstripes, Yankees. Because, 30. Either way. So you're talking about a 30-year-old guy who hasn't hit the climax of his prime. Baseball players are playing into the 40s, y'all. You're talking about a good, solid, maybe 12 years Aaron Judge can play. So you're talking about at least a minimum of 8 to 10 years of prime baseball play. Right now, if I'm Hal Steinbrenner, I'm calling Aaron Judge right now and say, hey, man, fuck free agency. I'm gonna give you an 8-year deal. That's how long I want it. But you name your price. And we'll come with a compromise. No bullshit. If I'm GM Hal Steinbrenner, owner of the Yankees right now, I am calling Aaron Judge, calling his agent, and say, hey man, let's not even get to free agency, man. Matter of fact, I don't even want to wait till the postseason. Motherfucker, let's get a deal inked up right now. Because you don't let guys like this walk out your building. You don't let guys like this test free agency. Because if you let that guy test free agency and he gets an offer that he can't refuse, that'll outdo yours. You know what that means? That you just potentially put up the guy that's going to put you out. Because you don't want to see Aaron Judge in another uniform come into your house, whooping your ass, kicking you out, fucking your wife, eating your food in your fridge, his feet up on the table, shoes on in the bed, disrespecting your house. You don't want that. You don't want another man getting comfortable coming in and whooping your ass. You don't want that. So Yankees, at all costs. Because at the end of the day, you want to hear all rise, and you want to see it in pinstripes. You want to see in pinstripes. So yeah, I mean, you're right. They walking the shit out of him. They're walking the shit out of him. Hey, he's a feared man now. Because that man will wreck a game in a heartbeat. But no, shout out and kudos and much respect to Aaron Judge, man. Man, we saw some history tonight, y'all. And we gotta respect it. And if you're not a fan of the Yankees, I get it. I'm not a fan of the Yankees, but I recognize game, man. And Aaron Judge is a bad motherfucker. And Yankees better pay him. And you better keep him in the house. NFL news, man. Man, a month of regular season football is already in the books. How did everybody feel off of week 4? You know, my squad got the win. We'll talk about that. Matt, Giants, man, got a dub. It wasn't pretty. Hey, man, I got to say this. And Tyrod Taylor got to be one of the most unluckiest motherfuckers in NFL history, man. This man can't stay healthy and keep a starting job or shit. Texans, when he played for the Texans, got booted out for a new quarterback. Cleveland got booted out for Baker Mayfield. Went to the Chargers, got booted out after he got stabbed in the rib with a needle for Justin Herbert. He goes to New York. Backup row, we knew what it was. He goes in to relieve Daniel Jones. He gets his bell rung. My thing is like, whew. Damn, Tyrod Taylor. We know the talent is there with Tyrod Taylor, but the man just can't stay healthy for some reason. gets hurt a lot, and all his opportunities get taken away because of injury, and not because of poor performance. It's just he gets hurt a lot. How unlucky is this guy? Jeez, that man should never play the lottery. He'll lose all his fucking money. Just collect all your damn NFL checks that you got over the years, Tyrod, and just go sit it down, man, because it ain't happening for you. But the Giants got to win. Yeah, Anthony. Oof. Boy, that's a story right there. Boy, Geno Smith, man. What the hell is this going on? What is this? I mean, how the hell is Geno Smith keeping this damn Seahawks team alive? Now, I get it. They ain't really beat, anybody, crazy. They beat the Lions, who, by the way, are just a very perplexing team. You got one of the highest, the number one scoring offense, tied up there with the Chiefs. But these motherfuckers can't stop a nosebleed. They are the true definition of Swiss cheese defense. And so Geno Smith took full advantage of it, balled out. But yeah, Geno Smith is balling. What else happened in week 4? We had the dueling jerseys. We had some good fashion. I don't care what y'all say. Them all white Bengals uniform with the white helmet. Cold-blooded. Them shits is cold-blooded, dog. Them shits is cold-blooded. I like them. The Bengals can keep those. They can keep those. All white with the white helmet. They keep that. Keep that. Keep those. Those are fresh. Those are fly. I love them. Hey, Anthony, how you feel about your all-black unis that y'all wore against the Cowboys? I actually like them. I thought they were real different, unique. A lot of your older heads, they don't like it. Them old motherfuckers don't like new shit. They like the traditional shit. And so I heard Chris Berman and Booger McFarland hating on it on NFL primetime. I get it. You old motherfuckers like that old shit. Simplicity. I get it. Okay. But it's 2022. And I thought the all-black Washington Commanders uniforms were fly. I thought they were fly. I thought they were pretty dope. So, I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel about them. I thought they were pretty sleek. Ain't a damn thing I like. Ain't a damn thing I like about Washington Commanders, but I like them all-black uniforms. Decent black jersey for a schmat team. Yeah, the team schmat. Which is weird because actually Carson Wentz, for some reason, is actually having decent numbers this year. He's just, it's just coming in losing fashion. But big news. Big news came out today. I think we find out the reason why Tom Brady is having a sluggish season so far. I think we found out the reason why.
And Gisele Bündchen's marriage may be headed for the end zone. According to an E! News source, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers quarterback and supermodel have each retained New York-based divorce attorneys. The insider explains there has been a lot of love and passion between them, but now that they have been apart, it seems like this is better for everyone. Tom and Gisele have been married since 2009 and have 2 children together, along with Tom's son from a previous relationship. While the pair has faced headlines surrounding their marriage in recent weeks, one source says it's surprising to friends that they have taken it this far. E! News has reached out to Tom and Gisele's reps for comment and has yet to hear back. The supermodel did post a supportive tweet to her husband and the team on September 11th, but has yet to attend one of his games in person this season. Around that time, Gisele spoke about wanting Tom to step away from the NFL for good, telling Elle magazine, "I have my concerns. This is a very violent sport, and I have my children, and I would like him to be more present. I have definitely had those conversations with him over and over again. But ultimately, I feel that everybody has to make a decision that works for them." Tom announced his retirement from football in February, but changed his mind a month later.
Now, look, There's a such thing as having passion. There's a such thing as having, love for what you do as your occupation. Uh, Tom Brady falls in that category of a workaholic. A workaholic. He's a workaholic. He loves football that damn much. Yes, Anthony. Yeah. He picked football over his family. He did. He did. He did. He picked football over his family. And when you make those type of decisions and those type of sacrifices and those type of, moves, you retire. A wife is like, I've been so supportive of you for 20 plus years. And sitting on the sideline, playing second fiddle to that pigskin. Because let's call it what it is. Giselle's been second place to football. The whole marriage. For Tom, it's football, Giselle. Well, I probably put his kids second. Either way, Giselle's been playing second fiddle. And I think the final straw for her was when he came back. The moment he came back, that marriage was doomed. Because she's under the impression all Tom's finally giving me what I wanted, you to be away from football, more present with us and the kids. That's exactly what she was thinking. That's exactly what she was thinking. 40 days later, a month later, in the retirement, he said, baby, I love you. I love football more though. And that's exactly what he said. He didn't, I'm paraphrasing because we don't know the exact way the conversation or situation went down, but I can imagine it went like that. Yeah, baby, I love you. But the guys need me. The Buccaneers need me. NFL needs me. The world needs me. They need me to play football. And so the question I ask is, how dedicated would you be to such a craft like that? And look, hey, say what you want, how you feel about Brady. That takes some real dedication, man, to your craft to do that. I'm sure it was like, my heart is football. Fuck them kids. Tom, they're your kids, bro. Now, for all the fathers out there that got kids, I worked in the restaurant business for all my life, and I started having kids 7 years ago. Had my first one, she's now 7, and my second one, she's now 5. And you know what I hate? Even though I know I gotta work, I know I gotta put money in the bank account so I can pay these bills, put food on the table, put a roof over their head, and clothes on their back. But you know what I hate? I hate missing time with my family. I hate it. Because the 10, 12, 14-hour days, and it varies, that I'm spending in this restaurant, I'm losing quality time. And here's what most people don't understand about these professional football players, professional basketball players, baseball players. It's not just the time away from the actual play of the sport from the regular season. So pretty much from July to January. So you're talking about 6 months. But you got to think about the time that these guys are putting in year round. See, because you can't be a football player that just gets into shape in training camp in the regular season, first 2 weeks. You're putting yourself behind the 8 ball. And so these players are putting themselves back in training mode a few weeks after the season is done, all the way to your training camp. So guess what? It's an all around the clock, year round, get yourself ready type of sport. All of them, especially football. Because you got to have yourself trained mentally, physically, spiritually to get prepared for this violent sport. And so if Tom is already missing time from July to January, sometimes February, because he has a lot of postseason games, you're already missing and not there for 7 months. So those other 5 months, you're spending probably at least 4 of those months training. So Giselle, I don't blame her. But guess what, y'all? Anytime you start getting divorce lawyers, that's just a done deal. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when the papers get filed. Don't be surprised. You'll see the divorce filing papers get filed very soon. But I bring this up. Yes, Matt. Oh, thank you. Right here. Time you can't get back. Once it's gone, it's gone. And dealing with all this, is Tom going to be able to internally be at peace knowing that he's missing a lot of time away from his kids? Because as much as the relationship between him and Giselle is getting put out in public about them possibly getting divorced, one thing that isn't getting talked about is how this shit is affecting his kids. That's one thing that's not getting talked about. And just dealing with my own personal shit, I can tell a difference with my kids when they see less of me. I can tell a difference. And when they see more of me, I can tell a difference. And with nowadays, you want to be present for your kids, man. This world is fucked up out here. We all know this. This world is fucked up. But one thing you want to do for sure is make sure that your kids know that you will always be there to protect them. And guess what? I get it. They don't have to worry about money. Mommy has made a lot of money. She makes more than Tom. Tom's made a lot of money. So they're not worried about the financial part. But money can't buy you love. Money can't buy you peace. And money, for damn sure, can't buy you all the time that you have already missed out on. And so for one, hey, I can't be mad at Giselle for making this decision. Because at one point, when is enough is enough? Tom Brady, if you so ever to happen to see this podcast, when is enough? You have done enough. Tom Brady, you have more Super Bowl rings than all 32 franchises in the NFL. Patriots have 6 rings. A lot of them thanks to you. You have more than them. Pittsburgh Steelers have 6 rings. You have more than them. Kansas City Chiefs got 2 rings. You have more than them. Raiders have 3. You have more than them. Rams got 2. You have more than them. Eagles got 1. You have more than them. The Giants got 4. You have more than them. Name a franchise. Tom Brady has more Super Bowl rings than every last 32 team in the NFL right now. What left do you have to prove? What more do you have to prove? There's nothing left. Your legacy is cemented. When you retired in February, your retirement made headlines. Matter of fact, the Hall of Fame is ready to start measure your body for your Hall of Fame jacket. Because you're a shoe-in. There's no doubt about it. Like the man, hate the man. He's a shoe-in Hall of Famer. What left? What is left? And so I challenge you, Tom Brady, to think about this. When you finally put your family over football, how much of your family is actually going to be there? Because by the way, the looks of it, your lady ain't going to be there. Hope your kids will be there. Better hope that they're young enough to be naive enough to always love and forgive daddy. Because the older that they get and the more wise and mental capacity they can get, that damn daddy prefers to play football and come to my recital and come watch me play football or come watch me play volleyball or whatever. Because you got film session or you got practice or you're off on a road trip or you're off over there in England playing a football game or Germany playing a football game in Mexico City playing a football game, wherever the case may be. At one point, you're going to have to live with the fact that you missed out on a lot of time with your family. And I get it. You love football. That's your passion. I get it. Because you as a man must provide for your family. It's not an issue here. Because you got more than enough that you can provide for a while. But I think this situation has been affecting this game. Because that offense ain't clicking. Now, there's other elements with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on why they having a 2-2 start. But when this comes up, a lot of people going to point to this and be like, oh, it all makes sense why the Buccaneers are 2-2. Tom Brady having bitch problems. This woman don't want his ass no more. That's what they gonna say. But there's one part of that Giselle said. She said it's a violent sport, and she wants Tom to be home, be with her and the kids, because of the violent nature and the health issues that comes with playing football. And she has a point. And matter of fact, you know who else had a great point? And I'm gonna play this clip because it's all been talked about. Last week, ever since last Thursday, Tua got carted off the field because of the big hit. You saw his fingers throwing up the gang signs and shit. But it's this game is deadly, man. But there's one person that I think a lot of these players need to hear. A lot of these players need to hear this. And it's coming from one of the players that knows better. Take a look at this.
Has a powerful statement on head injuries in the NFL. The NFL has a stigma when it comes to head injuries, whether it's the poor protocols or the players just wanting to keep playing or the NFL just flat out doesn't care. And former player Rodney Harrison gets real when talking about head injuries in the NFL and begs players to take care of themselves.
I would get hit, my head, the entire stadium is spinning around, and I would go back into the game. It's not worth it, Maria. And I would implore these young men, don't go back on that football field if you get hurt, because I don't want them to have to feel like me and so many other former players that had to deal with concussions, whether it's depression, anxiety, paranoia, broken relationships, not being able to communicate with your spouse and things like that. It's a lot. CTE takes you to a dark place, and I want these players to know it's not worth it. Please take care of yourself. Don't depend on the NFL. Don't depend on anybody. If something's wrong with your head, report it.
Did y'all hear what he said? No, I don't think y'all heard what he said.
Harrison has a powerful
implore these young men, the entire
and and begs players to take care of themselves.
I would get hit, my head, the entire stadium is spinning around, and I would go back into the game. It's not worth it, Maria. And I would implore these young men, don't go back on that football field if you get hurt, because I don't want them to have to feel like me and so many other former players that had to deal with concussions, whether it's depression, anxiety, paranoia, broken relationships, not being able to communicate with your spouse and things like that. It's a lot. CTE takes you to a dark place, and I want these players to know it's not worth it. Please take care of yourself. Don't depend on the NFL. Don't depend on anybody. If something's wrong with your head, report it.
Did y'all hear what he said? Rodney Harrison, and if you don't know who Rodney Harrison, I implore you, go Google him, YouTube him. One of the hardest hitters in the NFL history. Hardest hitters. Played hardcore. He said depression, anxiety, paranoia, failure to communicate with your loved ones, your spouses, it puts your relationships on strain. Puts a strain to your relationships. I think there's a point of Tua Tagovailoa last week that said, I'm all right. I'm all right. And the Dolphins failed him because he shouldn't have went back in that game against Buffalo. I think we all know that. I think we all can attest to that. Anytime your head hits the ground, you get up and you look like Bambi that just came out the fresh deer pussy. Wobbly legs. And then you go in 3 days later and get your bell rung again. So he shouldn't have been out for that game. So I think it's fair to say the Dolphins failed too. But I think it needs to be another part talked about, as in the players themselves being conscious about the situation and say, hey, man, my head's fucked up. But I understand why these players hide this shit. It's because the NFL has made it either be available or you can possibly lose your job type of situation. Because say a player gets hurt right now. He's a starter. But the backup comes in and they got the team looking real good. There's no guarantee that starter's going to get his job back. Hell, I mean, you can lose your job to injuries in the NFL. That's just the fact of the matter. And so you have that type of mentality already in the back of your head while your head is probably leaking, while your head is not right, not straight. But you're thinking, yo, if I don't play, I could lose my job. And the atmosphere in the NFL shouldn't be like that. I get it's competitive. I get that you want to be out there for your boys. You want to be out there for your teammates. You want to be out there for your fans. But at the end of the day, Rodney Harrison said it right. Don't depend on the NFL. Don't depend on anybody about your health. Take your own health into consideration. Take your own health into your own matter. Control your health. And so that's what they should do. Tua from now on should take his health in his own hands. Don't depend on the Dolphins because they already failed you. Don't depend on the NFL. Tua needs to look out for Tua. Because like Rodney Harrison said, that CTE gonna take your ass to a dark place. You don't want to mess up the shit that you love, damage relationships that you cherish, because you are not 100% in your right mind because of this game of football and CTE. I mean, the stories happen just about every day in the NFL. But you don't want to be coming at stats. You don't want to be that statistic. CTE's a mother. Don't y'all remember a few months ago down in South Carolina? A guy that played for the 49ers. He wasn't a big name, but he played in the NFL. You know, reserve, played special teams. His head was fucked up. Y'all remember what he did? He was down in South Carolina. He wouldn't kill the whole family. Killed them. Not just the mama, not just the daddy. We talking about young kids. Kids that are my kids' ages, 7 and 5. Killed him because he's fucked up in the head because of CTE. Took his own life before the cops could get him. This happened a few months ago. And so, as much as we love the NFL, we should give them hell for what they did to Tua and allowing that situation and firing these neurologist people who allowed him to go back in the game. That's not going to solve it. No. NFL, you got to do better because you've known about CTE for years. Known about it. And so when the shit finally hit the fan and came out, then you want to get proactive. But guess what? You've been exposed again. You better fix your protocols. You better fix them quick. Because the situation with Tua can become one fucked up legal mess if Tua so chooses to do so. But you want to avoid that shit in the future, man. NFL better tighten up on that shit. And they better tighten up quick. All right, y'all. Y'all know what the deal is. That's the end of the show. Not sure if I'll be back tomorrow. As you can see, I'm on vacation. You know, depends on if I'm feeling the juice for tomorrow. But I feel like we had a good show tonight. Talked about some real important shit. Talked about some things that need to get discussed. So, you know, who knows if I'll do a show tomorrow. If I do, you know, it get you guys prepared for, you know, week 5 of the NFL. Kind of gauge where every team is at after a month in. Because, you know, a month in, you want to start, you know, coming up with a gauge where everybody's at. But, hey, I'm going to go back and enjoy my time here in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Until then, till the next time I see y'all, whether it's tomorrow, Thursday, but I definitely will be back for sure next week, back in the regular studio. But y'all, man, shout out to my man MJ. Matt, I know you weren't feeling well, but I'm glad you DM'd me, man. My man said, "Yo, you doing a show tonight?" I was like, you know what, I wasn't going to, but I'm feeling real jazzy, and I bought my equipment, so why the hell not? But look, great show tonight, y'all. Appreciate you. My man Matt, appreciate you. My man Anthony Price, appreciate you. My man Tim, appreciate you. Appreciate our loyal followers, viewers, subscribers to the YouTube channel. Hey, don't forget, going over to YouTube, subscribe to the I.O.W Sports Network page, spread the word, like, share, follow, subscribe, hit that bell notification, let you know we drop new content. Hey, y'all, peace and love. Y'all gonna enjoy y'all Wednesday. Get over that hump day. Man, love y'all. Be good, y'all.
Yeah. Come on. Silent Hill TV, yes. Hitchhikers.
Yeah, smoking so much dope, I'm seeing traces. Visual lasers, load across the scene is dangerous, aggressive like behavior. Couple monsters for my neighbors. Resisting human nature, persistently getting greater. Blood chase like the Terminator. Fire up the green, I need it, increase the dopamine. Feel better, so I kill better. Doped up of cocaine. Roaming like I never had a home, so I'm all alone. Smoking bones down the chromosomes till the filter's gone. Suffocating under heavy pressure, the signature marks are the cornerstone of a nigga that's ready to spark. Like the pathway through the treacherous, wonderful dark. Searching for a lost spark, curators of a lost art. Desperately holding shit together until it falls apart. Blood started pulling the water, just waiting on the sharks. Love is the deadliest game, but I'll just massacre your heart. Tearing at your body, wondering how did we start?
Fuck man, I think a nigga about to spaz out. Cause I don't give a fuck no more when I'm down to my last night. Then I ran out of love, feeling looked down about the